been asking for international shipping a lot, so I'm like, give me until the end of this
How about
week,
now?
maybe sooner.
Can you guys hear us now?
We're gonna work on it and see what we can do.
Ooh, that scared me.
Danny's so unhinged right now. We're talking about security. He's just like chomp.
Did you guys see the food, or you guys want us to show you the food again?
You didn't get brisket, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it's that.
Towel, can I order it? Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Be kind.
What is that?
I'll keep doing like question and answer esthetician skincare things.
Waddle, waddle. Waddle, waddle.
Guys. A lot of the people that have
Thank you, Rich.
Move that way.
Double tap, guys. Yes, double tap.
We're gonna do one battle and then I'm gonna get back to
Rick, they gave out bread.
Hey, Texan bread is really, really good. Double tap. Oh! Double tap, guys. Double tap, double tap. Thank you, Rich. Thank you.
Anytime you wash your hands, guys, to use hand cream. I see the top 3 right there that are double tapping. I see you guys. Pepe, the ballerina, Bumblebee, thank you. Josie, thank you so much. Be kind, be beautiful. I see you guys. Double tapping. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. Thank you. Whoa, let's go with the perfume. Let's go. Is this shit?
Double tap, man. Rich with the donut. Thank you.
Alright, guys. Let's win this, guys. Alright, guys. We're going to have a goal in a second, okay? Just be ready.
Double tap.
Yes, guys. Okay, guys.
Just with the corn. I told you not to send corn. But I'll forgive you right now. Rich with the donut. I'm eating bread.
Yeah, have some corn.
Let's do it.
And we win. And we win. I'll give you guys a potato.
Guys, we need 35 more gifts in the next 10 seconds. Well,
Woo, Miguel with the.
Thank you, Sassy Cat.
Let's do it. Spam it, guys. We don't have much time left.
Miguel with the heart me. Thank you, Kristen, for the roast. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Dang it, guys. We didn't make it in time. Thank you so much for the support, but it's okay. We still have 3 minutes until catching up, guys. Keep double tapping, guys.
Double tap. All I'm asking is to double tap, guys. Just with
Have some mac and
no
cheese.
way. Rich with the galaxy.
1,000-point gift?
Daddy almost fell.
Holy shit, how are you? Oh!
Rich went to your side.
What is this?
Rich is the king. Everybody go.
Double tap, guys. Double tap. All I'm asking.
A king, guys. Rich is a king. Let's go.
Yes.
King.
They said they're gonna make Danny fall again.
Cheers with the corn. Thank you. Thank you, user. Thank you, guys.
Rich Senior King, thank you so much.
Make cheers.
Thank you.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what I ordered.
Let's keep going, guys. We have 2 minutes. I believe in you guys. We can. It's funny because I'm watching kind of like Danny right now, guys. Rich is there. We're up there, guys.
Mouse connection.
Rich is over there slaying.
Who likes pickles from here?
Oh my goodness, guys.
Sassy Cat with the roar.
Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Let's win this. Oh, I feel like the child.
Sassy Cat with another roar.
It's okay. You got it. You picked the right side to be with. Let me see. All right, there you go.
My child likes pickles.
Your whole chat is weird for liking pickles.
Squirrel likes pickles. Our manager likes pickles.
Squirrel, you're fired from Leah's chat. So come to mine.
Nice try.
Sassy with the tiny dinies. JC with the disco love. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm 15 of them.
Disco love. Let's go. I love those. Those are the new ones.
JC went to your chat.
Danny movie.
JC went to your chat.
My chat is
Rich with the water.
Rich is going hard over there, huh? Guys, we're gonna have to snipe in the next 10 seconds, guys. We're gonna have to snipe.
I wouldn't doubt that your chat would snipe.
You want to try the rich?
No way. Damn.
Dang. He's more focused on TikTok.
Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, team, shout out to all of you guys. You guys did amazing. Special shout out to
So, did you like the ribs?
It was really good.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
JC.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, JC. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Miguel, Shelby, Cheryl, Brooke, Amanda, Band, Cigarette, Celeste, Gina, Jada, Lamalas, Boxer.
We're not watching any.
Oh,
Well,
Just Street,
not sure who you're talking to, but
Art, Shauna,
Danny's more focused on his
Vicky,
TikTok
Shirley,
stream.
Ham, Tiki, Husky, Issa, Brian, Dan, Monty, Bruna, Trey, Deborah, no, each one keeps their gifts. And we're asking if the winner takes both of them.
Danny did
we all
win.
get our gifts, and we thank you guys all for giving out gifts. I know they can add up in terms of.
You thought you were gonna win, sir.
Hey, my chat, we did our best. Like, I seriously thought we were gonna win the last second, and then it was quick. That means his account has balance money already, so I'm like, he was quick with it. Because I know if I reload through the app, it takes a minute. Like, it takes time. That was good. That was good, guys. Good job.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you.
Guys, for those of you guys that are ordering the cleanser too, what is going on with
We can watch if we want to, yeah. Okay, how? Well, Scott. Sure.
That were minted already. Guys, if you want this at 20% off, the label will be messed up a little bit. Like, the label will be lower.
What's the discount?
But you can get the discount is 20%.
That's cool.
Yeah, definitely go check it out, guys. Talglobal.store. Let me see.
Look,
on the thing.
Look, Tal. Look what we're doing.
What are you doing?
My manager's updating my stream here.
He's able to.
What are you doing? Wait,
my manager's
It's
updating my
YouTube.
stream.
We're streaming TikTok.
He's able to. Wait, what is that? YouTube?
It's YouTube. We're streaming TikTok on YouTube.
Oh, you're on YouTube right now? Yeah. Wait, what is that?
It's YouTube. We're streaming TikTok on YouTube.
Oh, you're on YouTube right now? Yeah, guys, if you do the 20% off,
Squirrel think
with the label kind of messed up, but the formula inside is perfect. Oh, you're on YouTube right now? Yeah, guys, if you do the 20% off,
Squirrel think
you guys want to subscribe to and get a message from, you can ask me privately on it. If you guys get 5, we need 8 guys.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you. Should I? Yes, I should. I'll be right back.
Dang, you just all the napkins.
Oh, is Ram in here? Yo, Ram. It's good to see
Hey, what's up, Ram? You haven't even said hi to me on my chat.
What are the main ingredients? the main ingredients are, oh, there's an assault nearby.
I don't know if we ever decide to move to Texas or not. I think the only thing we'll be eating every day is brisket.
The main ones I would say like green tea, chamomile tea, and then willow bark, which is a natural form of salicylic acid.
Look how big this bottle is.
Smart man over here protesting.
Danny's literally entertained by like the smallest things. That's the beauty of Danny, guys, is that like he's just not like he doesn't need 5 million intricate things. He's just like I could be literally like oh Danny, I bought a bouncy ball, and he'll be like yeah, and I'm like oh that's all there's to it.
Can we get I said what I said? Okay, I got you guys. I said what I said, and y'all better follow Tall. I said what I said.
Put some Gatorade in there.
I got you, Charles.
Gatorade.
Oh, Danny, I've been watching you all day, Ram. Ram said that. Ram's like Tatao and his anime shirt. That's clearly very too small for him lately.
Hi, guys.
My skin is sensitive AF, so it'll be great for me. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's actives like the pineapple and papaya. Wow, Stacy, you highlighted everything perfectly. A basic green tea and chamomile tea. She got it.
Hi, baby blue. Barbie.
Oh, I can't pin it. I do love me some niacinamide. Only 3% is in there, guys, because if you do more than 3 to 5%, you can. Stacy, we're not allowed to when we're with somebody else. When we're co-hosting, we can't pin comments. That's why. I know it sucks. But 3 to 5% niacinamide is perfect, guys, because it can help with like brightening, dark spots, balancing your skin sebum levels, all that stuff. But
this is why I have a clear face.
Well,
exactly. Somebody in my chat said, "Tao asked Danny about the fall."
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Danny, all I know is Danny was like this. I thought he was joking. I just saw this, and then it was like, and then there was like a tumble on the floor, and I was like, that can't be real, and everybody was like dying. Or the day that Danny fell, and then Jessica was like, he's fighting the air. That was too much. Yeah, I'm definitely going to purchase this tomorrow after I go work. If you purchase it before 11 a.m. PST tomorrow, 11 a.m. PST, 11:30 a.m. PST, or Pacific Standard Time in California, then you will be able to get it mailed out with everybody else's order, because there's like 10 orders going out tomorrow. There's a lot of orders lately. You guys have been supporting so much, so thank you guys. Oh, thank you guys. From Danny's side, I know you guys have been supporting, and Leah's chat, thank you guys. My chat, I know you guys have been supporting, and yeah. Aja just said she was going to order it, but she hasn't ordered it yet, so I'm waiting for her.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been for like 2 days. But I think she's just busy. I think she forgets because, everybody's busy with life.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, guys.
Sure. She did tell Danny earlier. She's like, buy it for me. That was funny. Is there a website? Yes, I can put the website. You just got to type this in on your URL. It's townglobal.store. Yeah, guys, help me succeed so I can have a retail store and then I can hire Danny.
It's funny how it works for you, but for me, it doesn't work.
What do you mean?
It crashes.
Like earlier?
The Grim Reaper 666, welcome to the chat. I always get scared when I see the username. Low-key. I'm over here drinking his water. Good job. Good job. Dang, today's such a lame day, huh, Danny? Like, it's just not lame, but like mellow. It feels like a Sunday, right?
It does feel like a Sunday.
Somebody said your hair looks great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I see you. I see you here. Thank you, thank you. I'll design your graphics. Let's see. Oh, really? Seriously? What products am I working on? Let me show you what I've been working on for 3 or 4 years. I'll show you right now. Give me one second. You guys are going to be blown away with what's launching in the future.
Are you him mac and cheese?
You want some?
Oh, this is such a good scene on the show. Oh my god.
I was missing something.
Girl, the mac and cheese is actually really good.
It's
This
good
is such a good scene on this anime, guys. So good.
I see my couch from here. Hi guys, she's in the restroom.
You guys want to do a product I'm working on? I'll show you right now. Oh, look at guys. Look at this one. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but this is one of them now coming out. There is a glare. Let's try this. It's backwards. It's okay, guys. So basically, one of the ones that we're working on, like we have a few that I've been working on for 3 to 4 years. The cleanser took 3 to 4 years to create and perfect. That's why it takes so long for formulas to be released, because it has to be perfect. But product 0 is the sweet treat, and it's like a luscious cherry sorbet SPF/makeup removing cleansing balm. That stuff is going to be amazing. And then there is a 2-in-1 matcha magic cleansing oil, which is going to be insanely good. Then we also have the name is subject to change, but it's called the Esthetician Magic. It's a skin cell perfecting matcha toner with naturally derived AHA and BHA. So we have a lot. We have a lot, guys. We have a lot. Yeah, there's something called the Angel Glow, which is a yuzu vitamin C serum coming out. In the future, there's the Crystal Shield. Crystal Shield I'm looking forward to the most. That's a blue silk water cream. There's a lot, guys. There is a lot that I've been working on, guys, for the past 4 years.
Nigga, I'm already tired.
Han's literally going crazy.
None. I would get a big bottle of Pepsi.
Is it sold in countries that require animal testing? No, never will be. Ever, ever. Stacy said a cleansing balm. Yes, and a cleansing oil too. This is one of the greatest scenes in anime I've seen in the show ever in history. And I've already watched it, but I'm like, it's just so good. I almost need to rewatch it. Anyways, yeah, it's only available in the US right now. Danny's koala thing. The lips are so specific to the koala. Yeah, guys, that's another reason why I could never like commit to
Seriously,
Hotel
mate,
24/7. Oh my god, I thought that was real cookies. Dang. I have an elixir. I use it a lot, but not skincare, but I need a cleansing balm. Ooh, elixirs are good. Danny, no. Literally like the greatest scene in anime history. One of them.
I really am, Dempsey. I really am. I finished my food.
Holly said, Danny startled me. This is literally such a good scene. Oh my goodness. I should just do anime streaming. That's what I should be doing. Huh? That's what we should be doing, huh, Danny? Meanwhile, we are actively going against a cult. That little photo of fun. I love a little photo.
What was the?
I don't even think I can use the emotes. That's so sad.
Yeah, you can.
Can I use my own emotes? You can?
You should be able to.
Oh, I can. Oh my god, he's gonna destroy her. Do you see that?
Guys, I'm not gonna sleep in camera, you weirdos. Just kidding, I love you guys. I got the best one. Where's it? Perfect. I got it from YouTube. So it's crazy that officer. It's crazy how that officer actually asked for a picture of me.
He looks genuine, so I think it's wholehearted. I don't think that's like planned against you. I think that's wholehearted. He looks very wholehearted. That's like a genuine smile. You guys see that? That's a really genuine smile that person has.
The famous
Wait, so he watches your lives?
He heard about us.
That's crazy.
No, you should have seen when we got to Texas. Everyone recognized us. The people from LA.
The people from LA.
Texas. Everyone recognized us. The people from LA.
The people from LA. Somebody said we had an earthquake in Idaho, which really happens. Oh my goodness. Just be careful. Holy cow. He does look, everybody's saying he looks legit. Somebody said we had an earthquake in Idaho, which really happens. Oh my goodness. Just be careful. Holy cow. He does look, everybody's saying he looks legit. Somebody said we had an earthquake in Idaho, which really happens. Oh my goodness. Just be careful. Holy cow. He does look, everybody's saying he looks legit.
Audit, you were in here? I'm sorry I didn't say hi. Hi, Audit. I'm so sorry. Penny and Leah are big in Texas. We really are. No bragging or anything, but it felt cool that everyone knows what we're doing in LA. And then yesterday, that we were protesting, some kids, some students actually went into the Scientology center and whatnot, right? To pretty much see what it was, to mess with them. He came out, started talking to Pro Snappy, and then he turned and he's like, weren't you the one that got arrested on Friday? I was like, oh. I was like, yes, I was. Well, falsely arrested on Friday.
None of my friends, like, outside of the protesting can believe that when I told them. I told, like, 2 of them. They couldn't believe it. They literally were, like, arrested? I was like, yeah. Not detained, arrested. They were, like, in disbelief. And when I showed them, like, the statement by LAPD and everything, they were just like, what is this? Like, how crazy is the involvement against, what you're standing up for, right? And I was like, it's bad. Like, it's very bad. And, you know?
Yeah. So, and that night was crazy. I'll never forget that night.
No, I remember that whole night was insane. And the fact that they still managed to hire a Scientology plant after you got arrested to go harass us in La Poubelle was ridiculous. I was like, dang, you guys, they're on it today.
Then she's like, I'm famous like Danny. Screw you guys. You're all below me now.
Let's see. Filters? Let me see. Enhance. No. Oh, okay. No. Club Kyun, there you go. Club Kyun is back. And then Rave. There you go. Rave Kyun is back.
Oh, well, yeah, check the other phone. I mean, I could be playing Spicy Ice for you guys.
Yeah, can you play Spicy Ice?
Squirrel, can we play Spicy Ice or no?
Guys, if you want to gift a singing frog, that is the goal today, guys, to get 5 singing frogs.
Oh, we're not back in yet. Oh, Squirrel said yes, so hold up a little bit.
He said, so they only have 1 location in Texas, Danny? Question mark.
2, I believe. From what I know, I think it's 2. 1 in Dallas and the other one in, well, Austin.
What is this nonsense? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Spotted Danny and his crew, man, they're hard to beat. Thought I'd say hi, maybe touch his hand. But along came Spicy Eyes, not part of the plan. Spicy Eyes. hold up, I got it.
Eyes watering, can't see a thing. Oh, spicy eyes, what a ding-a-ling. Spicy eyes, with his spicy moves. Thought he was smooth, but he just proved that touching Danny, not so wise. Now he's the guy with the burning eyes.
Hi guys.
Spicy eyes got sprayed, what a sight. Tried to touch Danny, got peppered in the light. Eyes watering, can't see a thing. Oh, spicy eyes, what a ding-a-ling. Now spicy eyes knows, keep his hands in check. No more spicy moves, he's a pepper spray wreck. Danny said, don't fucking touch me, sprayed away at spicy eyes. Who won't forget this day? Spicy eyes got sprayed, what a sight. Tried to touch Danny, got peppered in the light. Eyes watering, can't see a thing. Oh, spicy eyes, what a ding-a-ling.
Serious stuff for music.
Spicy eyes, oh, what a tale. Learn the hard way, don't let your courage fail. When Danny says, don't fucking touch me with a spray, you'll be dancing with tears in a spicy effort ballet. Spicy eyes got sprayed, what a sight. Tried to touch Danny, got peppered in the light. Eyes watering, can't see a thing. Oh, spicy eyes, what a ding-a-ling. Spicy eyes got sprayed, what a sight. Tried to touch Danny, got peppered in the light.
I'll pick up and
Eyes
then
watering, can't see a thing. Oh, spicy eyes, what
well, I'm
a
gonna I'm gonna
ding-a-ling.
sleep. Then while we have to clean the fuck tomorrow. Yeah, we have to
Walking
clean the fuck
down
tomorrow.
the street, feeling kind of neat. Spotted Danny and his crew.
While we're masked in the hotel.
Oh, you guys made a mess?
Well, not even made a mess.
Not really, just pick up our stuff to pack it up.
To pack it up.
Holy, thank you.
Alright, it's barely 8 over there, huh?
Oh, it's 8:02, dude. It's barely like I'm awake. I am going to sleep earlier today though because me and who were up till like 7 a.m. in the morning, so we didn't sleep.
Lover?
I was gonna go. I
Lover.
was gonna like.
Skiing? I mean,
No. I have no lover, guys.
but I thought
What's
according
that
to your
person
chat,
do?
Danny's your lover.
Who?
Ooh.
According to your chat, isn't Danny your lover?
Tada? Oh yeah, Tada's real. Tada's good. Tada's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Officer needs assistant a mile away.
Oh.
Should I go help him?
Oh,
Sorry,
that's
I'm the
you for
scanner.
helping.
I literally have the scanner. Imagine me being like, so can you show me 1,000,000 angles of how you were
Did you try this?
in need of assistance, officer? Now, can you show me another angle, officer, on how you need assistance?
No, it's better than one for you.
Just like they did to Streets, guys. They did to Streets LA, William Good. They said, I need another angle of somebody over here flicking a cigarette at you. And everybody went, here's another angle, another angle. And they said, I need another angle. And it kept going and going and going and going and going.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they would not take his report. They refused to take his PPA, so that's why he reported them. LAPD doesn't even pretend to try, man. It's just sad. Like,
Stop Theo Tao.
Huh?
Theo Tao.
Deal.
oh my goodness, we're still saying that?
Yeah, I kind of
You
already
guys aren't
changed.
going to be awake for Club Count at like 3 a.m.?
I already changed my contact info on for you to Theo Tao.
Should I go back to work tomorrow or take the day off?
Take the day off.
Guys, I'm writing down things to do tomorrow.
Sleep, sleep, sleep.
Holly said that my page is, she said Tao's live is always a vibe. Anime, food, skincare, all the cozy things. Yeah, guys, I try to think of it as like, what would I watch in my favorite creator if I watched them on like YouTube or TikTok, and like they always make it a fun environment, you know? What is that? Spicy ice? Get those photos off my screen. I don't want no photos. I don't want no photos. I already told you I don't want no photos. Keep it moving. Here, shout out to Leah.
Have you tried these?
Shout out to me, guys. Shout out to my her. What is that? An egg?
Nope.
Queso beans?
No, it's espresso beans covered in chocolates.
Bucky's is really its own entity, huh, over there? Entity, huh, over there?
Like it's a whole packet of espresso beans covered in chocolate.
Entity, huh, over there?
They're actually really good. Like it's a whole packet of espresso beans my voice covered in chocolate.
Entity, huh, over there?
They're actually really good.
What happened to your screen?
You dropped. Here, Tal, I got you something.
Oh my gosh, is that pickles? Get that off my stream. Ain't nobody want pickles. Get that off my stream. I already told you I don't like pickles. Get it off my stream. I don't want anything to do with pickles. I don't want no gifts that have to do with pickles. I don't want pickles. I don't want anywhere near us. This chat is very anti-pickle. Get that pickle out of my face. Because I don't want no gifts that have to do with pickles. I don't want pickles at all anywhere near us. We were attacked by pickles on screen. Does anybody in here like pickles? Guys, we have 6 subscribers.
They
Thank you
gave
guys
me
so
2 cups of pickles.
Anybody wants to send a singing frog, guys, it's really cute. We have a goal of 5 singing frogs before I get off live today. Thus far, we have 0. But we'll get there, guys. Any gifts are appreciated. DOA Snack Shop. DOA Snack Shop said he likes pickles. Well, Leah's got them ready for you, sir. /ma'am, /something. I don't know anybody's gender here when they don't say it. I'm like, I don't know. Stacy loves pickles. Let's see. I love pickles. Seasoned cucumbers? That sounds good. Holly said, I love pickles. I drink the juice from the jar. I would throw up. Danny and me would physically get ill. And vomit. There's just no way. Stacey said it's really good for dehydration. I'm
Thank
still
you,
not
MJ.
I'll be dehydrated. Guys, we can't hear Danny's audio. I think they muted us.
No?
Oh, okay, there you go. I was like, did we get muted? What happened? Let's see, ready? Boom. Okay, so if I click the mute button on you, it says you've muted the opponent.
Dang.
I'm like, why is TikTok trying to make us enemies?
Yeah. Well, that's what Osa wants.
Oh, I know.
That's never gonna work.
Screw Osa, man. Screw Osa.
Seriously. Anyways, how's your day going?
Who's there?
Yours?
Yours.
Anybody's? Everybody's?
I mean, I'm writing this for tomorrow.
Send a galaxy and I'll bite it in half.
you swallow it?
That's 2 galaxies.
And swallow it?
That's 2 galaxies.
Danny's gonna die from that lemon. That's a lemon, right? Like a lemon.
Yeah, it's a lemon.
That's 2 galaxies. That lemon.
You're funny.
Honestly, Jake.
Sabian, yo, what's good, Sabian?
Sir, you're gonna eat spiced cucumbers without pickles? That's crazy.
Guys, if you're double tap the screen, guys, we're almost at 20,000 likes. That's very nice. Double tap the screen, guys, right here.
If you guys double tap.
Sabian, I can see it on your photo. I pressed you.
Hey, Tal.
Dang, Sabian.
If I send you a galaxy, would you eat a whole pickle?
Oh, not even for a galaxy. Where's my cat? I got you. It's over there, guys.
Tell him to take care of my bed.
He's next to his tofu.
How have you not gotten what? Smurf.
What did she say?
I don't even know what she's saying.
How have you not ever had cucumbers? Dang. Smurfman has never eaten cucumbers.
Smurfman, you have never eaten cucumbers?
It's tofu. Yeah, the tofu is I love this tofu. Mr. Tofu is like always.
And get married.
Always looks like he just.
Danny, they want us to stop in Las Vegas and get married.
He's always struggling. You see him? He's always struggling, man. Always. Because you showed me my cat. Thank you. They sent a gift because I have a cat. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm struggling, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go get him checked.
How long has it been since you got him checked?
Ooh, tofu?
Huh?
Oh, on something else. We're talking about tofu. We're talking about tofu right now. You see tofu?
Dang.
Tofu is struggling, man. Tofu is just. Tofu is not standing on business anymore. I'm ashamed. He's fallen like I have. Oh, so
You got to a certain age.
You fall at a certain age. Well, Tofu's already there, I guess.
I'm cold. Yes, ma'am, it's cold in here.
I don't care. I like the AC.
I don't.
Thank you for the fire. 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 Danny over there trying to fix his hair for 5 minutes because he's ashamed to.
Oh, no, I'm tired.
Yeah, I know. It's just that fluff right there doesn't make sense. I don't know what's going on with his hair.
What's
Like,
that?
he has
That's
such
like 100.
big hair, and like I feel like he could do so much. I feel like he could do so much with it, and then it just does its own thing. I'm convinced Danny doesn't like his hair. Rose in my chest said I'd take his hair. I would too. If I had this hair, I would just be doing dreads or something. You know?
They want to cuddle with you too, not just
Come here.
cuddle.
Come here.
Oh, hell no.
The more the merrier, you know?
Well, somebody bring in Tesla. Somebody get Tesla. Danny's ready for Tesla, guys. He's ready.
The whole FU.
sausage thing went to his head. How was my day today, Sabian? Honestly, it's been very mellow. Me and another Squirrel Squad member were up till like 7 a.m. together. We hung out like all night, and then we talked about just like some real stuff, you know, like real stuff, like relationships, being stalked by you know what, and then Church of Scientology and like a bunch of other things. We had like nonstop talk. Real stuff like relationships, being stalked by you know what, and then Church of Scientology and like a bunch of other things. We had like nonstop talking. It was crazy, very crazy. So it's been a wild day. And then people placed orders for my skincare, which I appreciate.
I tried better bet.
So thank you guys. But yeah, it's been a wild day, man. And then we were on live with like Audra and everybody, and then it was funny. And then you got mad at Easy Quick and said, fine, if you don't want to take care of your skin. Oh, Rose got your order today? Nice. So did you know who else got their order today, Rose? Tyler. Tyler got his order. You guys all get your orders on the same day usually. I don't know why, but like, it just happens. So I'm like, nice. Rose, I'm excited for you.
Yes, I was trying to check this. I really can't go help you. So.
Thank you, Rose. I appreciate you. Yeah, that girl was so mad. Wait, which girl? I'm going to use it tonight, Rose. Just do this when you use it. Shake it. Like, literally just shake it. And then gently push it out, like squeeze it out on wet hands, like slightly damp hands, and then damp face. And I just go like this like 4 times, and then I just go like that. I literally just go like that for like 30 seconds to a minute. It's the best feeling in the world. You'll see like you'll feel the little green tea powder too. It's skincare girl. Oh yeah, big time. I feel like lighting.
Have you checked if your gas is off?
Danny, I have Kit Kats for you, and you don't even eat it.
Sir, I have not been to your house for the past week.
It's for you, Danny.
Well, for like 2 weeks anyways.
That's for you, Danny.
Thank you.
Did you see what it said? It said pool boy.
Lindsay. Look at what Lindsay put then.
I know. I gotta do mine too. Anyone want Kit Kats?
Solon is saying hi to you, Danny's chat. He's at the blue. He's at Blue Building? No way. Is he by himself? Because Solomon should not be out by himself right now. I'm going to drive out there if he's by himself.
Sir, I'm a
Where's that the friend over?
Is the bread good?
guys, I'll be right back. Pearl Snappy's live, so.
The last line. First of all, they asked for kids to help work and build the sets. Most of the kids that were building those sets, and I mean kids, were RPF kids. Because they're color-coded. They color-code their little code. So, and by now I can tell the difference between staffs, your landlord office, public. So I know who you are, and I know how messed up you are. So don't look at me sideways and be like, oh, I don't know. No, ma'am, I see your little outfit. I see your stupid little pin, which means I know exactly where you fall in this cast of characters. And you have donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to support this BS. And I'm definitely going to call you and your stupid outfit out. Because is this the best that you can do? Did they take all of your money? Because that outfit is tragic. And you're supposed to be dressed as uptone, what do they say? Uptone Texas style. And I was like, what? And so when I saw these people walking by, nothing about their outfits was uptone. Also, tell me you're not from Texas without telling me, because I can tell by the way you're wearing your stupid cowboy hat. If I see that thing just perched on the top of your head, you've never worn a cowboy hat in your life. you don't even know what it's for. Because the one gust of wind is going to blow it off, and it's not low enough to protect the back of your neck from getting sunburned. You're doing it wrong, but of course you are because you're a Scientologist. They do everything wrong. So for me, I think part of the reason that I have to default back to humor is that, like, if I get too serious about it, I will literally lose my mind and start just screaming, and then that's not helping anybody. But also, they make it so easy because it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Everything they do is ridiculous. With the front door that wasn't staying shut. All things. Like, it's not closing because you have 2 other doors open that you're, like, loading all of your crap out of. So
or they don't have enough returns. And that's what I was thinking too. You know, like you said, who's building it? The kids are building
it's the HVAC. It's HVAC and the doors being open. Right? So they're trying to fix that door with the other doors open. And I'm like, well, now you're going to break it. And now somebody else is going to break it. Because I already ruined your stupid party.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you can't sell your stupid books out front anymore. You've got to go with the other doors open. And I'm like, well, now you're going to break it. And now somebody else is going to be in trouble. Because I already ruined your stupid party. And you can't sell your stupid books out front anymore. You've got to go hide and pretend that you're trying to get people into yoga, which is my new favorite thing because they're against yoga. But they're trying to pretend that they're selling yoga to some of the kids because now the students are snitching to me, which is 10 out of 10. So they'll be like, I'll get an email being like, they're over here. And half the time, by the time they see me show up, they're packing up. I can't even get it on film.
Oh,
And
it's
sometimes I
ridiculous.
don't need to.
Yeah, but that's all we want is just like baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. That's all we're doing. And, you know, and it just, for me this weekend, watching you and then being involved here with all the kids, because like when I first met Serge, I was like a lot of the public out there, and I didn't know a lot about Scientology. I didn't know what was really going on inside Scientology because I'd given that whole concept up years and years ago, and I was just like, boom, and it was out of my life basically. And then I met Serge, and then all of a sudden I heard what he went through, you know, and then I met, you know, Laura, and I heard what she went through and how old she was. She was like, I think she said she was like 3 years old when she signed the billion-year contract with Acrela.
I just can't give people that were the adults in that situation a pass anymore.
Yeah, it's really, really, really horrible. And it's like, you know, and now getting to meet Jenna and talking to her, I'm reading her book right now, and going to be visiting with her on here about it. And it's just like, when you read it and you listen to it, and I'm a designer, I'm a visual designer. I've designed homes, I've designed parties, events, celebrations of life, whatever it is, you know, clothes, whatever. I'm just talented. I was born with a gift that wasn't my, you know, I woke up one day, poof, there it was, you know. And oh God, I just get so wrapped up sometimes. I just get so upset because like this, I have to go back to this weekend, because when I saw those kids, and we'll get back to the other, but it's like when I saw those kids this weekend together, after hearing all their stories and, you know, reading their books, you know, I visualize everything, I build everything, and I put myself in that position, you know, I'm like, I play that part, you know. It's just automatic for my brain to do that, because I'm like, how can this work this way? You know, what, or they think, you know, I'm like, and I fry out on it.
Yeah, it can drive you crazy. And so can those people that are still in the robotic reactions to things, the training that they have to be robot people. But that's also not an excuse. And so I have a level of cognitive dissonance between being like, how'd you get in your car and drive through the world to this building and like nothing struck you is strange? Nothing about what you're doing seems strange. The fact that like you all have to pack up and move immediately from Austin now and I'll go to Chicago to like continue this farce that there's people, like that many people in this cult. Yeah. At some point, you need to have some personal responsibility
to be like, wow, I'm perpetuating this disaster. And I know the stories of the people in Austin. Okay, so I know that those people have money. I know that they do. I know that
Yeah.
they're just fine. I know how much. I know they've given millions, and I know they have millions more. There's a lot of wealthy people in this town, and
There's
and they give their money to this place. There are people that have left Austin org who are still paying interest off on mortgages and loans they took out to donate to the stupid building that
There's
was
a
done in
moment,
2018 that they haven't
Yeah.
moved into. And then that kid comes by my live. Did you hear about the 4-year exemption thing?
no.
Okay.
What's that?
Because this blew my mind, and I need to do more research on it, but I haven't had time. So, if you are a nonprofit and you have a building that you own, and it's unoccupied for more than 4 years, that building loses its exemption. And you have to start paying property
The
tax.
moment he saw us.
Isn't that interesting? That's exactly how long the Austin org was empty. So weird, right?
Just yeah.
So I'm like, well, where else? How could we use that? How do we use that against them? How do we do that? And then are they just going to be playing this game where they like shuffle people
Move it.
around to be like it's
It's
every 4
open.
years?
It's open. Yep.
Yeah. And so it's like, oh, so more human and child trafficking. Awesome.
Yep.
So let's track it.
Yep.
Because now the internet is here and you can't hide. Also, Scientology, for the love of God, you did everything that you could to build the dumbest fence around your cult in Austin, and you didn't look up. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for not looking up. Thank you for never being like, well, gee, there's some places up there that loud lady that comes and sings weird songs at us could stand. Thank you for not
Yep.
thinking about that. Appreciate
So
you.
you were up.
Appreciate
So you were up somewhere then, right?
We were in the parking garage. So first.
Oh, and that was right across. Okay.
So
because that's what
first
it sounded
student-
like.
Oh yeah. So first a student found us I was on campus because I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to like stand across from campus and like it's elevated so we can like kind of see. I would have been able to see like maybe the screen that Davey was on, but I don't know that I'd have been able to see him without like climbing on stuff. And I'm not trying to get kicked off of UT's campus because I used to be faculty there and I still like to take my dog there and I might want to work there again. So you know what I mean?
Right.
So this student comes up to us and he's like watching me on his phone and he's just like, I just found you from Aaron's channel. I live in that building over here. Do you want to get on the roof? And I was like, yep. So we like followed him and we got on his roof. And then we were looking around and a couple of other people were like, hey, I was thinking about that parking garage. And I was just like, cool. So more people had come to meet us. And I didn't want to get that kid in trouble because I knew I needed to yell. My whole goal was to ruin the audio. So I was like, I'm not going to, I can't yell from here. Like this kid's going to get in trouble. I'm not trying to ruin anything for him. So we left there and found the parking garage. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot wait to ruin this good time. And watching the guy who was in charge of shutting me up just continue to fail and then throw a full-on Scientology hissy fit, 1,000,000 out of 10. 1,000,000 out of 10.
Yeah.
I will watch that short over and over on at Freelance Adventures page. Whenever I'm sad, I will go to watch him like pointing at the decibel meter and the cops being like, it's not amplified, that's just her.
That's just her.
Nothing we can do. It's 101 decibels. Well, she's not using the speaker.
It's the garage resonating it. It's not her, right?
Also,
but it's your voice. It's your voice.
Don't mess with a theater major.
Theater. Tell me about theater.
Well, I was in theater. I wasn't really a major, but I was a theater person all through high school and in some college. I have a professional theater resume. I could sing, I could dance, I could act. That's what I did as a kid growing up. That was like my outlet. Because I was never really a good artist, but I'm an amazing photographer. So like I have the eye for it and I get it, but theater, that was it for me. And dance, that like I love it. I still do. I still tap dance. I still take classes and stuff. It's awesome. So And in college, I
Perfect.
went to like a very, very, very gross conservative college, and I just like wasn't really their cup of tea. Whatever, they're not mine either. Bye.
It's everybody. I
But
always say everybody plays in different playgrounds, and we get to play in our playground that fits for us.
absolutely, and I just kept pushing it, and now it's like, oh, okay, well now I know why I learned how to project my voice like that. Now I
Yeah.
know why I learned set design and how to build stuff and come up with creative solutions to problems, which is helpful as a statistician too, because you don't meet a lot of like really creative, gregarious statisticians. And that's really necessary to figure out actual problems. You have to have creativity. So I've always been like, in undergrad, my majors were math and economics with minors in German and philosophy, which makes total sense for a nice Jewish girl from the suburbs. What?
Right. Exactly. Right.
And then, I go to grad school and I get my master's in economics and my PhD in educational measurement. And the reason I'm good at it is because I have all those other things and I'm creative and I think outside the box. So when it comes to coming up with ways to troll this cult, tell me I can't do something and then watch me figure out how I'm going to do it. I had a professor in undergrad who told me I was too stupid to be a math major. And I say professor because that man did not have a PhD. Well, who do you think got the first copy of my dissertation? In statistics. I got my PhD in statistics, sir. Professor Watson. Professor Watson, may you rest not in peace with L. Ransomware on Target 2, because I got my PhD after you told me I was too stupid to do it. So guess how that works out for people? We don't think you should do this. Okay, well, now I'm going to do it extra.
Yeah. Yep. And here it is. I always wanted to do theater myself, and my agent always said, never say never, never say no, and never say never. Just do it, right? And so I've got a lot of TV parts by just saying, sure, I could do that, and I do it. So, but that's how I met Christina Crawford. It was on a play. I got called in for a play here in Los Angeles, and I was like, oh, I get to be auditioning for a play, and I was like so excited. And they said, oh, they want you to talk to the sound and lighting guy. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, he can only make it halfway through the series of the play, and we need someone to pick it up halfway through, and we want you to do it. And I said, sure. But one of the producers was Christina Crawford. And so that's how I got to meet her, because we just had fun together. But I really, so yeah. When's your birthday? I'm not a big, Scorpio.
I'm April. I'm Aries.
You're Aries. Oh, nice. I love Aries. That's funny. I get along with Aries really well. I'm a Gemini.
That makes sense. I get along with Geminis too. No, I'm full Aries. Everything, top to bottom, no question. And I think that plays into a lot of it too. I'm very loyal, but I'm very funny and I'm fiery, and so when I see something wrong, I'm going to burn it down.
Yeah. And I'll find a way to do it.
And now it's the right thing to do. I'm not burning down the wrong stuff just because I'm so mad at life that I just like burn down the wrong stuff. Now I can focus it towards standing up for something that I know is wrong and getting to burn it down. And if I get to entertain some people along the way, that's even better. And I think what's important to understand for the folks that are watching all of us is that, first of all, we all have like a different approach, right? We all fill a different niche, and none of us are like better or worse at this. And you don't have to like all of us. That's great, but there's also no competition. Just find who speaks to you, because Serge taught us that courage is contagious. And just go out, whatever it is that you want to go stand up against, just start doing it. Just start doing it. Just like with theater, just start doing it if that's what you want to do. I hadn't tap danced in years, and I started auditioning for Dragoween, which is like the big drag show for Halloween in Austin, and there's always like a big tap number in it. And that's my favorite kind of dance to do. I love tap dancing. And so I just started trying out for those things. And, I don't care if I'm in the back row. I just want to be out there having fun and being on stage and thinking about something different. And that's kind of what this is here. as well. Like I don't want it to always just be like a stand-up show, and I don't want people to be like, oh, it's all about her. But also, like, why don't you come out here and do this and see, you know, how hard this is. And I'm not perfect. No one's gonna be perfect at it, and you lose your mind sometimes. Sometimes you say stuff that you shouldn't. The important thing is to be like, hey, I messed up. I apologize. You acknowledge what you did, apologize, and stop doing it, right? But just do something. And I think that was the biggest thing for me. Just get out there and just start doing something. And it feels amazing. Feels good for me. Feels good to get the feedback from people, especially the folks that are under the radar that are like, oh my God, I've always hated that woman. I've hated that woman for my life. And I'm so glad that you just screamed that in her face. You're welcome. Yeah. I'll do it again. What's her name? I'll call her by her actual name. What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you need? That's my favorite, is when people message me that are just like, oh, I remember that person. She made my life hell. Like, you give it to her. And I'm like, oh, your husband slept with your underage sister?
Mm-hmm. So now he married her?
Tragic. Yeah. Now you waited till the statutory R word was up, and then you married her? Adorable. Yep. And so now your kids are cousins and step or half siblings. Like,
mother,
good job.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
What's going on here? Interesting. You're back at it with towels? You guys want Sleepology with Danny?
No.
Smurf man.
Can somebody get Club Jen trending? Hashtag Club Jen.
Not trend. Oh yeah,
You're finding so much probably therapy within, because like when I'm out there, it's like I'm pretty even, you know, I'm pretty toned, you know, I keep my level, and I'm the compassion side, you know, of, you know, keeping surge balanced and just being out there with the kids, you know, that's who I am. And I want to be that support for the kids. And I call them kids because they're, you know, they were young when they were in there, you know. I just adore them. They're like my family, you know, they're my chosen family now. And I just sit there and I just like, you learn. See, I just got choked up again. God, I get choked up when I think about it.
I do too.
You know,
hard to talk about sometimes. You really pause and think about it. It's very difficult. I understand.
You know, they come and they spend the night with us. They spend the weekend with us, and I hear their story, and then someone else comes and I hear their story, and I hear their story, and I'm just like going, it's like Jeffrey Epstein on crack.
Yeah.
You know, I had this one girl share a story with me where there was a girl in there that got pregnant, and she wanted to keep the baby, and they said, no, you can't. You know, she was a minor, and they made her abort the baby. You know, and you're just like going, you just sit there. So for you, this has been therapy for you
100%.
as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, the forced abortion is. When I was 25, I was really sick and no one knew it was wrong. And I ended up having to have a hysterectomy and bilateral oophorectomy at 25.
Wow.
So when I see that there's this piece of shit called out here that is forcing women to do this, and there's people out here who like don't even have that option, and when I know that there are people that have abortions and then they can't have kids anymore, like who in the F are you? Pieces of shit. And how in this like abortion preventing state of Texas is this being allowed? Help me understand. I don't understand.
Where is this happening? Where are they going?
Right, because that's illegal now. You could be
I know.
you could be in trouble. So where exactly. Where is this
Yeah,
happening?
what doctor office is owned by Scientology, run by Scientology that's allowing this?
Right.
With the back door, you know? And that's the kind of shenanigans. How do you feel? Well, one last question about the therapy for you, okay? Because like I see that, because for me, I didn't realize this was going to be therapy for me. I thought I was just going to be out there protecting Surge and being with Surge and just being out there. But then all of a sudden, I found myself facing the gap every 5 minutes. And the corruption. You know, I remember back when the Rodney King case was here.
Right.
And this is way back.
I remember.
And my dad came home
With the phone,
bragging, calling his friends, snapping open a beer, calling the kid that was just recruited for LAPD because of him down the street and just celebrate. And I sat there and I'm like going, what the fuck? I said, at least, and that's what's so beautiful about today is we've got cameras.
Right.
We've got our First Amendment and we have cameras and we can go anywhere we want to go and actually do this. And so that has given me, I mean, it's therapy. So it's been therapy for you. Have you seen a shift in your life with this?
He sounds like a wind exploder.
I think yes. First of all, I don't think I've ever slept as well as I have in a long time. But a lot of this stuff, it's almost kind of like when you're doing a scrimmage, right? Like you practice, you're on a soccer team, you're scrimmaging, and then you get to the game, right? So I feel like therapy, sitting in the office for years with my amazing therapist, I'm like a scrimmage. And I've been like learning stuff where I've been like, okay, kind of overreacted here, probably caused this issue, or found myself attracted to this person and caused this issue. And so like you're kind of practicing those things, but you still aren't always ready for what's going to trigger you or what's going to make you fall back into the patterns. Well, let me tell you, go stand in front of some Scientologists, okay, with their creepy, weird smiles and try to tell them the truth. Let me tell you, any trigger that you thought that you were past, you're probably not, and it's going to come out. It's been amazing because then I could talk to my therapist about that and be like, maybe we need a little bit more work on this, or I guess I didn't really realize that this behavior was triggering me. I actually thought it was something else, but then like this happened. So she watches my live streams so that we can go through it and talk about it. And I could be like, look, I went from 0 to Mel Gibson in 3 seconds in this moment right here. Let's maybe not do that anymore because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be perceived as that person. And there's better ways for me to communicate that are funnier, smarter, just better, right? I can be better than just lashing out at people.
Right, and
That has been amazing.
But you still get to lash out, but you get to do a controlled lash.
Yeah,
you get to choose when the lash versus the trigger. Right? Yeah,
because no one's telling me to shut up. It's a choice I'm making to be better. It's not because somebody said you shouldn't say that. Or I'm ashamed of you, like my parents right now, mad at me that I'm doing this, not talking to me. All 4 of them right now, not talking to me because they don't understand and they don't want to take the time to understand. And do you know whose problem that is? Not mine. It's not mine. Yours. Not my problem. Nope. So, okay, cool. I mean, I guess we'll just fair roads, fair weather. Is that what the scientists say? Okay, cool. I guess that's what we're doing now. So, for me, that's been. I'm the only child for my 2.
We weren't doing on live, guys.
And I have stepbrothers from my mom's marriage to my stepdad. So like nothing I've ever done has been good enough for them. I couldn't have kids. So they gravitate toward my nephews and
grandkids.
nieces that do have kids.
Yep.
They go visit those people who have procreated because, like, I wasn't, I was broken or whatever they think.
Right.
They don't understand what my PhD is in. They think it's funny to make jokes about it. Isn't that great? So great. I love that. I love that for
Right.
me. So whatever I do, it's like not good enough. They're not proud. And now I'm like, well, that's not my problem. Oh my fuck. That's great. It took me 44 years until like this happened to be like, that's your problem. I gave you all the information to understand why I'm out here. I've explained it to you 1,600 times. I've sent you the links to the people that you can watch. And you choose. You choose to be like, but you might be doing this and it might embarrass us, or it might do this.
Don't make me.
Nobody's embarrassed about my behavior except for y'all. Everybody else seems to be pretty grateful for what I'm doing here. And I'm going to keep doing it because I've listened to you guys for my whole life, parents, and you put me in shitty positions.
Yep.
And you made me make shitty decisions that I shouldn't have had to make. And then you shamed me for everything that I did, even though I've done more than all y'all have done. And now I'm going to do this because it feels right and I want to. And you're not going to tell me not to. It's like, kind of like this inception experience that I'm kind of having right now. Because when they're like, we don't know why you're doing this. Wow, so you've listened to not a word I've said. Awesome.
Wow. Bro, you just started a new journey. Congratulations. Congratulations. No, this is actually really, really beautiful. I love hearing it. Does. You just started a new journey. You pivot.
Oh.
Because so I've worked with a life coach for many years. And I didn't do well in school. I was bullied in school. I knew I liked guys when I was young, but I ended up sleeping with a girl when I was 11. She was 12. And we just throughout our junior high school and high school, we hung out and broke up, got together. Boys came in, girls came in, just kid stuff, right? All that. And it was just kind of like, but I always got beat up by all the bullies. The jocks, everybody always bullied me because I was in drama classes, I was in art classes and all that. Dyslexic. So it's just, reading wasn't my skill and all that. And so I was lucky because I was born with my mom. And this right here, this picture back here, I did this whole, I actually cut it down to like a 14-minute short on my channel. And this is magic. And I painted her with a series of a bunch of photos back in the 80s. And it was interesting because for the longest time, I just called it magic. And because I'd look at all the different photos, I had this lady that wanted to take my paintings to London and make posters out of them. So she wanted so many of them. So I was creating a whole series. So I have a whole series of these that I did. And I'm able to go, oh, that's me and my friend Debbie. Oh, that's me and my friend Jerry. And this is my friend Chris. And so I'm able to point out everybody in the photos, but I never ever thought about pointing out who this was in my life until about like 10 years ago. All of a sudden I'm like going, holy shit, that's my mom. She was magic in my life. And so here, my mom and I, we traveled this road together with my dad, which was cheating from probably day one, beating my mom up always. They were always in fights. That's all I can remember, fights after fights and physical fights. And then I got old enough where I was like, I'm going to save you. And then I got into it and then I was getting slammed, chokehold and all that. And I've said this before on my channel where there was one time where my dad was like beating me up and my mom and all this. And I'm like, I called 911 and called the police. The police came, knocked on the door. I ran to the door, opened the door. My dad flashed his badge and they turned around. So I was lucky to have my mom in my life. And then she passed away when she was 60 from cancer, and that's all in this story of this poster is like, it's such a beautiful story. And I invite you to look at it because you would really, it's just, it talks about that magic. But like with your family, it's like, they were given that interpretation of all this shit. And it's like, I had that same kind of weird thing that you had about being the single kid and all of a sudden, but not like you did with the grandkids. And I can only imagine what that was like or is like. Okay. Where they, my family, my dad's side of the family was the big side. My mom's was a really tiny side. She came from a very abusive alcoholic family. stepdad after stepdad, abuse after abuse type thing. And then she gets with my dad, and she attracts my dad, which was abuse after abuse after abuse. You know, we repeat our pattern. And so, God, I get lost sometimes. I just get lost and I get emotional. But so, you know, I had her up to 60 and all, then she died. I mean, and I was like, but it's such a beautiful story in there. God, I don't know where I was going with that whole story, but going back to you with your family, it's like, oh yeah, okay, now I know. I had that kind of same experience because my dad's side was a big family. And so it was like, they were the German, Polish, bigs, you know, the first family had 17, not, I'm joking, but you know, it's like 13
Right.
kids or something like that. It's like one of those families. And so they never had, they didn't have girls. And then one of the first girls died, you know, in the big family. So then when my dad and mom had my sister, they were like, oh, our baby girl. And his side of the family just swarmed to her and then left me out of the picture, basically.
Right.
And so I was like going, hello, I'm here, you know. And then my nephew, my cousin came along, and it was a little blue-eyed boy. And by that time, they were tired of Debbie, so they just switched to her. And then I was just like, I didn't have another. All I had was my mom, you know, and that abuse. So I go on.
Go ahead.
No, so so now I work with a life coach, and I'll share this with you. Okay, is that we have a physical body, and then we have either a spiritual or just our soul out here, whatever that is for us, right? And those two need to be in alignment. Okay? And when those are in alignment, your body, your life does this. Okay? And when I'm telling you this story too, I also think the kids in Scientology never had an opportunity to do this when they were little. They never had a chance to be in their alignment, find out who they were, what they were like. What do I want to do in life? What do I want to be in life? That was stolen from them, along with so many other things. Their dreams were
because you're
stolen.
just here to clear the planet and be a like creepy plaything for creepy older people.
Yeah, their dreams were stolen.
Every single one of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. So I was lucky I grew up in that kind of family where I had that, you know, but it's just like, you know, I go back to the kids. It's just like, you know, we're here for the kids, you know, and what you've gone through now is like what I was saying is like, you're on a new journey now. You know, once you're in alignment, the only person that can pull you out of alignment is yourself.
That's right.
You know, a lot of times we'll say, you know, our parents would scream at us, or they'll do this or they'll do that. And all of a sudden we'll go over there and go, blah, 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 and, you know, try to fight back with it. But it's our fault. It's our choice to go there.
Correct.
Okay. Find your alignment.
Yep.
And by finding your alignment, you find something that you enjoy to do, and you find happiness, you find joy in it, you find love in it, and you find therapy in it. You find self-expression in it. You get to be yourself. You get to be authentic, right?
Unapologetically.
Exactly. And then you want to be at like a high vibration, because the people that are out of alignment are really playing in low vibrations. So you really don't want to go to those places where it's a low vibration, right? So you want to stay in alignment at a high vibration.
I've lived there. It was terrible. It did nothing
You grew
for
up
me.
there. You grew up there. You grew up there.
Yeah.
And so now
In a
what
lot
you're
of
doing
ways.
right now, now what you're doing, you just did a big pivot. We call it a pivot. I always say, write what's not working in your life, and then write what you want instead. Okay? Quit looking what's not working in your life. And that means quit going to it and go to what you want instead. You know? And so what you're doing right now is you're being so authentic in being who you are, true to yourself, and giving and loving back so much. And that's why I've been reaching out to you, because I just adore you and I salute you for you being on this new journey. You've pivoted into a new direction.
I appreciate you. Now you're gonna make me choke up.
No, it's true. You know, I don't think you've heard a lot of that in your life. And it's like, you deserve to hear this. You know, what you're,
and I finally believe it now.
Yeah. I mean, your voice is so beautiful, so strong, so, I mean, your comic sense of you crack me up. But it is, that's one thing is like all my gay friends, they all got that comic thing and I didn't get it. I'm artist. I'm like this crazy genius artist. I did this one piece and I took it and they built it. It's on my Instagram and it's like 10 feet tall. And I took it in to get it made and they're like, how did you do this? They go, what engineering school did you go to? I said, I didn't. They go, you had to,
Right.
But it was because I was
Like,
so
no.
in my life inside. You okay there, baby?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. Yeah, I was so into my head growing up, just staying safe in my own little world because that's where I played until my mom was around. I was always just doing my little things and I was always creating and building and all that. And so I've been really blessed to be able to play in a playground up here. And when you find yourself in alignment and stop going to what's taking you, allowing yourself to take you out to that out of alignment stage, and you stay in your alignment, then you start to play at a high vibration and you're eager, you're joy, you want more, and you're having a great time. Those people that were out of alignment have one of two things to do with you. Okay. They can either come up to your alignment and play with you up here, or they'll fall off. And if they fall off, and when they do fall off, you get to play with people up here because that's the next person you're going to meet. And that's where
And
you
I think
are
I
right
have.
now.
I have. The people that I've met that came out to join me are amazing. And like a lot of the people I knew around here moved away. And so I didn't really even have a lot of people. So it's like, it's brought these amazing people like it locally into my life. It's also introduced me to people like you and Liz and Serge. And it's just like, the more I get to meet and chat with each of you, it's just like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is the first time that it's like my reckless and hilarious mouth, my quick wit are like there's a point, and this is who I am. And every time I try to like stuff it down, disaster. I'm not happy. I end up like stuffing it down until I like blow up at something else inappropriate. But it's like, no, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to use my voice to bring attention to whatever it is that I want to bring attention to. And I can do it passionately, and I can be funny, and I can be authentic about it. And I'm going to do the work to understand why I'm standing there, to be able, because that's how my brain works. I suck everything in, and I can see things at multiple different levels. I can see systems. And so I get it. I can put it all together, and I can, I can steal Scientology's stupid language and turn it into something hilarious and use it against them, because that's how my brain works. And it's finally appropriate. It's awesome.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. What if you can remember, because my memory is like if you could remember, what is your favorite moment so far?
There have been so many. But I think honestly, sitting at the table after like all these like weeks, like sitting at the table with everybody who showed up, like all these different people from different walks of life. Most of us never ends. I mean, Punk was in, so I think she's like the main exception. I don't know if there's any others. But just like all these people that came together for this, and we're just like sitting around, like we just had the biggest success. When's the last time somebody got to yell at David Miscavige in public where we know he heard him and it ruined their party? That was historical. And so we all got to enjoy that moment and then take it and like sit there with it and like laugh and joke and retell the stories and play some really sloppy pool and just like have a great time. That 10 out of 10, that moment right there.
And that moment right there, you couldn't have begged for in your childhood. That moment right there is the beauty where you are today. Because really, like you said, it's history. What you did and the other people that were there, but your voice, I've been following your voice mostly there. And what you did, you made history. you know. And the thing that drives me nuts is like, here they can't find him, and he shows up at an event, and they're trying to serve him. It's like, why weren't they serving him at the event? You know, I just broke off to the cop thing, you know what I mean? But and I do that. My little ADHD, you know, head of mine. I'm like, but yeah, no, you made history this, you know, today inside this world of Scientology, and just bringing that out to the public. It's like, and the fact that he, you know, showed up, it was just like, you know, someone made I think, I don't know if it was Aaron, I think it was Aaron, they call him, but Aaron, right? Said that, or you said, maybe you said it. Did you say it, or did Aaron say it about the FedEx? You said it about the FedEx boxes coming, 2 FedEx boxes. Did you say that? Yes, I love that. Say what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, they're bringing in some FedEx boxes. Oh, they're just a little bit bigger than a shoe box. I bet that's Davey. Oh, there's 2. It might be Tom Cruise as well. Might be the 2 of them. But I do think that might be how they snuck them in. Prove me wrong. Show me the proof where I'm wrong.
You could be absolutely right. You know, I definitely think that's possible. I mean, it's funny because like when, you know, the kids, the new, like Jessica and, you know, that whole team, you know, that they're out there almost every single night, you know. Right. For me, it's like, I'm like, oh my God, I had to tear my hip, the joint of my hip, so they had to do a hip replacement on me. And so that was like 5 months ago. So me being out there as much as I am, I'm just like, okay, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, this is kicking my ass. But there's just, you know, even like I always say, for me, it's like, you know, I've designed big events, and there's that build up to the event. You know, it's like this, and then the event's over and it goes,
right.
You know, and I'm finding the same thing here. It's like every time we go out, it's like that thing like this, and it goes like this, and then it goes down like this, and then it's like, then I deal with all the triggers, and I try to understand what was triggering me all night, and why that cop triggered me and that one didn't trigger me, or what do you know? And I was like, you know, because like I think there's some good guys in there, but they do get influenced very quickly, I think. You know, I talked to someone at a party recently, and him and his wife both worked inside the LAPD, and they both left because it was so corrupt, they said. He said, we just couldn't do it.
KK lived there. She lived there and protested there and had to leave because of the corruption there. Like, there's always so many times that she really wanted to, like, take the rubber bullets, and has scars and whatnot from them. And so she left and chose Texas. So, like, what do you do in California? Because y'all are supposed to be doing better than we are.
Right.
Like, we still have sundown towns, y'all. Like, how are our cops doing better right now? And I have to say, I was shocked. I still am a little bit shocked at how awesome they were. But I think what helped, obviously, besides the fact that, like, Scientology hasn't gotten to them and given them a whole bunch of money yet, or they've rejected it. Either way, I've looked through the records, and there hasn't been a check deposited. So I don't know why, but okay. The guy that came out the first day that I was in, that they called the cops on us at the temporary org, and experienced Scientology lying to him about us, or just lying actually, because he was like, I want them to trespass. And they were like, well, they're going to trespass you. I was like, well, they don't own the building, so they can't. And he was like, oh, really? And we were like, yeah. Trish was like, no, I have his name here. This is the actual owner. So that guy had already seen what Scientology had done. So I was like, okay. So when he showed up, he was just like, they said you were like putting all these speakers up. And so I just like point at the ground where there are 0 speakers. There's like 2 megaphones that are far away from us that we're not using, because also I don't need it. Yeah. And it echoed. So none of us needed it, really. But it's like, he just laughed. He just stood there. And so I think that, first of all, I think that was helpful for Danny. I mean, we got a picture of Danny like standing next to one of the cops with his arm around him. You know? So it's like, what a difference something like that can make. Because the people that trigger me there are the men who tell me to shut the F up. And then I don't, and then they get pissed. And I'm like, oh, this is what I'm here for. Because I have listen when especially when men, my bosses,
Yeah.
people have stole my academic work. All these people have told me to shut
Yeah.
up and sit down. I have. And guess what? I'm not doing it anymore. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's a book on my shelf right now that has a chapter in it that I wrote. I still have the original Word document. Do you think my name is on that chapter in that book? Because it's not. It's 2 men's names on that book.
That's I know that feeling. I had, being a designer, I design a lot of stuff from scratch, you know, and so I was working on this house. It was a guest house. It was 13,000 square feet. Okay, a guest house. And
For a guest house. I'm like in my house, which is 850 square feet. Okay.
like us almost, right? Exactly. And so it was actually Cher's old house in Beverly Hills, and it was 26 acres. And Eddie Murphy lived there before her. So it was a staple in Beverly Hills. It was one of the Walmart people that bought it.
Mm.
But anyway, so it was 13,000 square feet house. So I was designing it, right? So we were in the powder room, and she wanted it really Moroccan and just really just reds and all this, really beautiful. And then she had a great style for design. She was like one of my best friends. And so I was like, okay. And then she didn't want the regular size powder room. She wanted a really wide powder room. So we had and it was like an odd shape because of the living room could only be this far because they had to keep the old foundation, blah, blah, blah. So I had to design a piece just for it. And all of a sudden I did the first prototype of the leg out of steel. I designed the whole thing and gave it to my steel guys. They built it, just the leg of the first part, to show them what it would look like. And I went up to the house, and I was like, my middle guy called me up, Michael, I got your leg. And I went and got it, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh my God, it's so cute. It's so beautiful. And I was holding it in my hand like a baby, I was like so excited. And I lived down the street from her, and all of a sudden I was like, I'm going to go up and show it to her. I know they're having lunch today because I'd set up the lunch with flowers and all that earlier that day. And so I went up there, and the gates open up, the guards let me in and all that. It's kind of that property. And so they're having lunch outside, and I'm like, I say her name, and I'm like, look what I have. I have the leg to the powder room, right? And she snatches it out of my hand, and she says to her friends, she goes, oh, look what my husband and I designed for our bathroom. And I was like, huh? And it crushed me. It was like someone stole my baby, And that's what that happened to you. Yeah.
It's awful. And there's nothing I could say because I would have flushed. I was still doing my postdoc. I wasn't even like in my first, I was like, you can't say anything at that point. It would have ruined my entire career in the field, especially because my field is very male dominated.
Yep.
So there's nothing I could do. I just had to sit there and take it. I just, again, sit there and take it.
Yep.
Sit there, take it. Take your medicine. Take it. Just sit there, take it. Shut up. Keep a nice face on while you do it. No back talk. No sass. Nothing. And I'm just like, one of those people got a faculty position because of that. That should have been my faculty position. I didn't even get an interview for it because they were like, well, did you see what this person did? Okay, that person did nothing. They weren't even there that year. That was like a year that they took off. And then they took it. It's mine. But I couldn't say it.
And see,
I can't, and I still won't say who they are. I still will never name those 2 people. That's how fucked it is.
It's well, and that's where I always say, I have another analogy where I call it the white chair. Okay, so picture a white chair. Let's say this is a white chair, right? And then this shit happened to us, and then this shit happened to us, and then this shit happened to us, right? So you got all this shit piled up in this white chair from our past, right? And so then we're walking along, and we meet somebody, and the first thing we do is we go to say hi to him, and here's the person, and we're like, hi. We got this white chair full of shit in front of us. So sometimes we have to learn to put down that white chair. Okay, it will always be there for you to go back to and have and all that, but it's been, it took me a while to get that, to let that go, because like that information, like especially with my dad, that abuse with my dad is like, there was a point where I finally, like, he never made amends, of course,
That's what we do.
to this day. and he's still the same person. You listen to what comes out of his mouth, it's still the exact same thing, you know. And I listen to him, I'm like, Dad, this is you're living a different time right now. You know, you need to be more acceptance to, you know, accepting everybody around you, and quit, you know, with this judgment that you have about people. And he just doesn't get it, and he's never going to change, and those people are never going to change. So that's where I've learned to put my boundaries, because if I don't put my boundaries, I'm the one that gets it. I allow myself to go out of alignment.
Me too.
Yeah.
And you know, I think so. I have a similar way of looking at it. It's a little different. So my analogy
I'd
is
love to hear it.
just
Yeah.
because just because somebody gives you a brick, it does not mean you have to put it in your backpack and carry it around.
Yep.
You just put that brick down.
Yeah.
You don't need to carry it around with you. Just put that brick down. Don't even accept the brick. Just put it down. Or just like take it and be like, thank you, and then put it down. Stop.
Yep.
And that to me is like that's what I have. That's
great.
The mental image that I use, because I'm like, nope, see, you're carrying around too many people's bricks that aren't yours.
Yeah.
Because everything that you carry
like,
around.
How many bricks am I got? Yeah.
Right. Too many. Because I only carry around water and cannabis. Okay. And my dogs. Also, I want to ask you about what your pet
Line
business
does.
is.
You're gonna love this. You want to hear the story about it?
Yes, please.
So, because I told you I'd let you go early, but I know that we're just having a good time here, so we're just doing whatever, right?
Right.
So I started volunteering for pet rescues, helping them set up their events, because they did not know how to do their events. And so I started helping them with their events and just building their events. And so then I'd go to the events, and I'd always hear the pet parents saying, oh my God, I take my dog to the vet. They give him steroids, they give him shots, they give him Western medicine. And I'm very vegan, and I would like to do something different. And there's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. So probably like from that first event I did, and I heard that, I did several of them. Then all of a sudden I was, Bravo called me, and I was on the House Lights with Lisa, designing her event for her foundation, where it's a beautiful foundation that she goes over to China and she saves the dogs from the Yulin Festival, where they eat them during a certain time of the year. Okay. Horrible, just horrible. So, and I kept hearing the same thing again from people again over all throughout the years. There got to be something better. And so that like you see the problem, you start to do this, and you find the solution, right?
Right.
Okay. So I saw the problem, and I'm like, okay, there's got to be a solution. So then that's when the era of like the CBD came in, like 4 or 5 years ago. 5 years ago, all the CBDs came in, and I started looking at them, and they were all kind of very too similar for what I was looking for. You know, they were kind of like, oh, this fixes all type of thing, you know. And it's like, no, I wanted something that was more specific to each kind of issue a pet may have. Right. So Lisa would have this dog day event in West Hollywood, and so we went to it, Serge and I, and we had been at many different dog events, looking at different products and all that. And we were there, and all of a sudden we meet Dr. Kyle. And Dr. Kyle was sitting there with 3 little brown boxes on his desk, on this little, you know, desk where he's got his tent above him. And I'm like, what's this? And he goes, oh, it's Eastern medicine for pets. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, it's Eastern medicine for pets. And I'm like, and he had one that said calming, he had one that said pain, and he had one that says allergy. And I'm like, well, how did you come up with this? And he said, well, you know, I studied and I went to school. I'm an acupuncturist and a Chinese herbologist. And so I treat my clients holistically through acupuncture and herbs and Chinese herbs. And so I'm like, he goes, like, well, what made you think of pets? And he goes, well, I went to go visit my brother's dog, and she was just scratching. She had all these, she just kept scratching. And I asked my brother, I'm like, what's going on with Zoe? And he goes, well, she's got allergies, and she's had them for the last couple of years. She's got bald spots, which are called hot spots on the dog. And all this, you know, all the medication, the allergy medication, you know, the pills, the shots, they're not working any longer. They haven't for a long time. He goes, well, let me make something for you up that I make for one of my clients for their allergies. So he went back to his place, his little lab, made something, sent it to his brother. And a week later, his brother calls and says, oh my God, Kyle. And Kyle goes, what? He goes, Zoe's not scratching.
Amazing.
And Kyle goes, really? He goes, oh, good. I'm glad it works. You know, just kind of, you know, doctor type of personality. And so
Right.
then he goes back to his office. He's at his office and he's talking to his clients about it. He goes, oh my God, I made this for my brother and it stopped the allergy and all that. And then one of the clients go, well, my dog's really, really nervous. Can you make me something for her to calm her down? Made a calming one, handed it to her. Next time he saw her, she's like, I can't believe it. She is calmer than she's ever been, but she's herself. It doesn't
Yes.
take away her motor skills. And so he's
That's
like,
what I hate
wow.
about having to do that for mine.
Yep. And so then, you know, another client asked about pain and he did one for pain and it worked. And so there he was in the park with his three little brown boxes, typical doctor, missing a digit from his telephone number. Not really, but you know, it was cute because I went to call him and I'm like,
yep.
You need one more digit here, you know? And so, so he looked at me, he handed me a box of it and he goes, I know who you are. Go take it to all your rescues that you work with and see how it works. And so I dropped it off to all my rescues and all of a sudden I was getting phone call after phone call after phone call. And they're like, oh my God, what is this stuff? What is this stuff? This, we can't believe this stuff. And it's like, and they're dealing with difficult dogs that are just being rescued off the street, you know? So I was like going, oh shit, I think I found it. That's what I said. I'm like, oh my God, I think we found it, Serge.
Yes.
So Serge and I went back to him and I said, hey, what do you think about, I can either buy it from you and then rebrand it, or, and I'll make you a lot of money, you know, eventually, but it's not about the money. It's about the pets. That's what it's for me. Okay. It's all about the pets. And so he's like, no, I know who you are. And he goes, you'd be a really good partner. Why don't you be my partner?
Awesome.
And so we took it from here. I'm going to go run and go grab some and I'll show you some real quick. What's going on with your dog?
So I have a rescue. He is very anxious still. He's very, very sweet and very protective of me, but like so anxious. And Ziggy has allergies, so the other one has really bad allergies, especially like his ears.
Okay, so I'm going to go run for a second and you're going to share a story with the crowd about the second favorite moment you had this weekend with David Miscavige.
Okay. It's my second favorite moment this week. I think it was probably how all the chat showed up and helped call all the people, call the city, call the police department. It was chat having my back. My answer is chat having my back. My chat having my back, helping me call all the police and all the people that were in charge, everything. I mean, like, I was getting emails like, hey, I got a hold of this person. This is who you need to talk to. I got a call back. And I was like, this is amazing. So chat stepped up, 10 out of 10.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's awesome. I love it. I love it.
I mean, I say that all the time. I mean, I have such a great, you know, and it's, you know, what's really interesting for me on mine, you know, you have your analytics and you look at your analytics, you know, who's following you and all that, is mine is 82% men.
Really?
Yeah. I find that, I mean, the only thing I think it's probably the women using the husband's or boyfriend's channel or phones.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, who
because like
knows,
most
though?
everybody.
Honestly, who knows?
No, I love it. I love it. But anyways, okay, let's get back to you and your dogs. So then I'll finish the story real quick. So I went back to Kyle and he's like, here, we did it. So we became partners and I said, oh, I'm going to rebrand it. And what we did is we didn't just become a product on the shelf. We created a niche inside the pet wellness market. So the investors that have been chasing us, they say that we're like a Uber to the pet wellness industry. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
And the reason why, because it works.
Right.
So this one right here, this one is called
Not no more drama. I love it.
Okay. And this is one will get you for your anxiety, kiddo. Okay.
Okay.
And this one here is called
Itchy Scratchy. Yep.
Okay. Now, the one thing I want you to do before I send this to you, okay, and you'll text me your address and all this, and I'll get this to you, okay? And I will sponsor you for your dog's life.
Get out of here.
No, I will.
Oh, did you guys hear that? They're sleeping.
They're
They
sleeping.
heard
So
it.
what I want you to do, the one with allergies, okay, and this is for
Mhm.
everybody out there too, do this with your dog too, is sniff between the toes, okay, and sniff inside the ears. And if it smells like corn chip, it's likely they have yeast as well.
Oh, it is. It's his ear. He gets yeast infections in his ear.
Okay, so I'm going to send you yucky fungus.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't grab that one, but I'll get you yucky fungus too, because yucky fungus you have to give it to for at least 1 month minimum.
Okay.
Okay, how big is he?
They're both about 40 pounds, 40, 45 pounds.
Okay, so I'll probably send you several of each, okay? That you need, I'll set you up properly, okay? But the instructions are that you have to do yucky fungus minimum for 1 month, because yeast hides. A lot of times people will like try it and then they'll be halfway through the month and they're like, oh, it's gone. No, it's like a toe fungus almost for them. You know, it hides out and it's hard to get rid of. Okay. Yeast, and so this will decrease that smell in their ears and their feet and all that. So that's called yucky fungus. So we have 9 formulas. We've got No More Drama. We've got Itchy Scratchy. We've got Ouchie for pain. We've got we got Poo Poo Problems for diarrhea. Can't Poo Poo for constipation. Yucky Fungus for fungal, right? Yeast. And then we have Eat for digestion. So we cover the 9 main issues. And we also have PP issues for kidney stones. And that's a big one for cats.
Right.
Okay. Even dogs that get kidney stones, because if there's tiny, they can't go in and blast them away because it will blast their bladder or kidneys away. So this helps dissolve them. And these are just ancient Chinese recipes that are thousands of years old that were recalculated for pets, but they're human grade.
That's awesome.
It's so cute.
I'm excited.
I had this one lady call me up one day and she's like, Michael, she goes, my dog is in this, my dog is just, I've got grandkids and I've got great grandkids. And she goes, and they just drive my little one nuts when they come over. They're pulling on his tail, pulling on his ear, and he's just a stress ball. And she goes, what do you have? And I said, No More Drama. So I sent her No More Drama. And all of a sudden she calls me back a couple of weeks later and she's like, oh my God, Michael. She goes, I can't believe this stuff. It makes him so calm. And they're all friends now. She goes, what do you have for me? I go, what's going on with you? She goes, well, because I'm 80-something years old, I get sick every time they come around because they're coming from all different states. I get their little colds. I said, oh, you need Forever Young. She ordered for Forever Young and called me back a few weeks later and said, oh my God, Michael, I'm not getting sick.
Awesome. Mine are very anxious when people come over. And they've been trained. It doesn't even, sometimes like I can't even keep them well trained because they're just like so much energy, and they're also not used to people coming over. But like once you get in, like they're the best and they just want to love all over you. But like every time you come over, it's like Groundhog Day. Like they've never seen you before.
How old are they?
So Kenny is 9 and Ziggy is 2.
Okay, great. So Ziggy may be a little kind of aftermath pandemic.
Yeah, that's his. And he feeds, but he also stops the fastest. Like he's just barking because Kenny's barking. His issue
is he the anxious one or the allergy one?
Allergy.
Okay.
So Ziggy's the allergy one. Like he just like barks because Kenny's barking. But like he knows what's going on. He knows when to be like, this is the problem, this person's coming for my mom, versus just like, oh well, the other one's barking, I'm gonna bark too. And Kenny's just like afraid of everything all the time. That is not me or my ex-boyfriend, who's like currently their dog walker too. So like if it's not me or Brian, Kenny's just like, ah, and he like shakes and he freaks out. It's a whole thing. He expresses his anal glands. which smells so great.
Mm.
At least I don't have to pay for that to be done, I guess. But that's like his.
Well, one of ours helps with the anal glands, and I'll send you that one as well. Okay.
Well, he doesn't need it. He just clears those out on his own when he gets anxious.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's so funny. It's funny. Back during the pandemic, there was a platform called Clubhouse. Did you hear about it?
Mm-hmm.
So Serge told me about it, and he's like, "Oh, you should get on it. You should get on it and talk about, just your life and your art and all that, and design and weddings and all that." And I'm like, because we were like, "What do we do?" So I got on it,
Right.
and so we looked over. Well, I looked over inside the rooms and all that, and I'm like, I thought I was going to go in and talk about my design and show different design or talk about different design projects, send them to my website or whatever. And so then I'm like, no, that's not really going to give me that much happiness. I've kind of lived that life, I've been doing it my whole life, but I'll share it once in a while here and there. And so then I looked over at the pet section, and there was like, everybody was all over the place. No one was like together. They were like all over here. And I'm like, I'm going to make a channel there. And I ended up doing 3 rooms a day, like 3 1-hour rooms a day for a year. And it was like the most beautiful thing, because having this product during the pandemic, we just launched it just before the pandemic. So you could understand, you could see where our business was like, we were like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
No, we can't go
Like,
out.
oh
We
my
can't
gosh,
knock on
this
doors.
is it.
Right. All the trade shows shut down and all that. And we're like, okay, what do we do? But we did it. It's succeeding and it's growing fastly. It's just beautiful.
Love
It's
that.
beautiful. There's been so many pets all over. I had one, I always digress to different stories, but I had one pet store call me the other day, and he goes, Michael, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, what? And he goes, in my 20 years of owning pet stores, have never brought in a product that not only brings joy to my clients because it works and it's helping their fur babies, but it brings joy to my staff because my clients are coming in and bragging how well their dogs are doing and cats are doing.
That's so great.
It's
I
so
want to tell
beautiful.
that story. I would like to tell that story because
My
dogs are my besties.
Yeah, they're the best. They're the best. And for me, it's like, I never thought I'd be in this business. I'm like going, and all of a sudden here I am, like, so with the podcast on Clubhouse, or with all those people, I started just reaching out to people all around the world, because it was all around. You could anytime, and I work late at night because I design on my computer late at night. And so I would get these guests on that were just superpowers inside the pet industry that people didn't know about, and then the people that did know about, they're like, how the fuck did you get them? And I'm like,
Right.
and I'm like, it's just, people are people. I worked around celebrities my whole life, growing up. There's no one special to me. We're all equals. We're all, we're all here to, contribute to life some way, some way. Mine's to make magic. That's what it is magic, and I love it. But I learned so much from doing all that about the pets, and I have a podcast for that too. It's called It's called The Pet's Journey. And so it's like, yeah, and so it's like, but it's like, I learned so much, and then circling back to where you are today, look at what you're learning.
So much
about something like, and then like what I was, yeah, and like what I didn't, like what I was saying earlier, it's like, until I met Serge, I was walking around like most people are walking around today, and not even understanding what's going on. And we're so grateful and so thankful for all our subs, all the people that are in the chat, because they're bringing awareness there, because they're going, they're going out going, holy shit, I heard this YouTube the other day, and that building around the corner, do you know what they're doing?
Right. Exactly. And telling the kids and warning them, because there were people that have been through there before, thought that those like creeps that were trying to get their information were gone. Nope, they're back. Surprise. But also, you just call me and I'll come make them go inside in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I want somebody to break my record, though.
Yep. So we've been on for a while. I know you've been on lives all day long. I wanted to get to know you. I've gotten to know you, and I know we're going to be spending a lot more time together and sharing stories.
Yeah, I absolutely adore you. This has been delightful. I appreciate you having me on. This has been great.
Thank you. And I appreciate your just your tenacity and your brilliance and your joy that you're spreading with everybody through this dark situation. It's so beautiful. So in closing, is there anything that you would wish someone would ask you on an interview that they haven't asked you that you would like to share?
Outside of being like, would you like a job? No. I honestly, I really think that everybody kind of gets it. And so I've been able to, I've had the opportunity to talk about all the stuff that I want to. I think I do want to talk a little bit more about like the cybersecurity parts of things and like how to protect yourself just in general, but very specifically with respect to this cult. So I think that's one thing that now that the 24th is over and I have a little bit more leeway with like when I'm going to go and be at the org and once I figure out what their new patterns are. But I do want to talk about that. I do want to help people understand because I'm good at translating technical stuff to human. And I do have a sponsorship with Aura. I have an affiliate situation with them, so I'm gonna set that up. So and then I could talk about Aura, which is like, so Aura is a complete solution for virus protection, malware, a VPN, identity protection. It'll get all of your information off of the internet that's already on the site. It'll generate like pseudo emails for you that get forwarded to where you want them to go. But like if you sign up for something, it'll mask your email, and it'll also have a name that makes sense. You're like, oh, this is where I tried for the sweepstakes, or this is a job that I applied to. It also credit monitors, and it has a password manager. So once I get that set up, which will be tomorrow, I will be able to send that link out, and I think it will come with a trial. And I have it for.
What's going on, brother?
saw you guys fangirling over Jack Doherty in the mall.
No,
No,
I asked him. I was
you
like,
guys look like little fangirls.
I asked him, I was like, what do you think about Scientology? He's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
And I was like,
I can't believe he was actually being like semi-nice.
and then at he was like, oh yeah, I see the TikToks and stuff like that. He's like, he wants to come out once. Oh yeah, you have. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I heard about that.
Yeah, no, they're going crazy right now. I don't know about me fangirly.
No, you were waiting outside the store. I saw you all. I clicked on your live.
Were waiting outside. I was outside. He's so short. You made me feel tall. He's like 5'6".
He's from Long Island.
Is he really? I didn't know that. He's what? Inu said he is knocking at the door. Let him in. I mean, y'all do kind of have to sneak on yourself. What does that mean?
White. Period.
White.
White. No, his face is mad red.
Yeah, Loki yeah. Was.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
He's like a.
He's definitely.
Yeah, Loki.
Yeah. Jax. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
He's like a shade of like Patrick from SpongeBob.
Hey, Street, someone in chat said, "What's up?" There, you happy? I think we're gonna be here till like 2 a.m. again, like the first night, because they were not ready for us. Hey, now further, as soon as we pulled up, there was this guy trying to give him food and stuff, and we were waiting out there, and they just left the food outside, and they told the delivery guy, "Oh, we're not gonna go out because there's people outside." And as soon as we step to the side, like not even less than like 10 seconds, bro, we go back, boom, food gone, like that. They're waiting by the door. Yeah. Weirdos, huh?
Like that just gave you a whole video just because they did that instead of just grabbing the food like normal human beings.
I just sense they're going to reopen that. I guess they think the crowd has thinned out. See how many people were allowed
I can't wait.
They think that, I guess, the crowd has thinned out. See how many people were allowed to go to the They can come with the music. Yeah. We're going to work around that.
Oh, I got that 35-pound speaker. So
yeah, exactly. And the LAPD says that there isn't a maximum decibel limit over there. Yeah. Okay.
Look, they're right there, look. Yeah, they've been peeking out. Right there. They just peek out. They're like, oh my God, they're here again. Oh no. And then we have a bunch of people parked over there, so they can't come. They can't bring the bus out. Got the Brian in the chat. Let's go.
We're on slow mode. We're on slow mode. I'll be out here whenever I can to shut these motherfuckers down every night. It's easy for me because I don't have to. I can just walk here, you know. So it's not a long commute, you know. It's harder for you guys.
Let's pull back up tomorrow.
Imagine if you had it like 6 blocks away from your house, where you.
Yeah, just like come out by like when you're walking your dog.
That's what I do. That's how it all started with me, just walking by a couple times a day, just jogging by, something like that.
Yeah.
You can see Twilla. I guess I can say my things to her. Can't believe you, girl.
Rioters in Scientology is a cult. Moving right there. Rioters
Hey,
in
Alyssa.
Scientology is a cult. So it's 9:35. If they don't come out at exactly 10, that means they're waiting for us.
Yeah.
Because 10 is their spot, but they've been coming out at 9. When we were waiting
And we will be, and everybody be sure, if you're not following Pearl, follow Pearl, okay, at Pearl Snappy on YouTube. She's, you know, just a dream for us, and she's holding down the fort. She's kicking ass in Scientology. And yes, everybody, I know I got an extra S in Scientology, or C in Scientology. It's called I Didn't Have My Glasses. But this is life, and we're just here for life, and just, you know, making a mission just to help the kids. And so we've got another wonderful person that just is sharing her heart and her love for us. So everybody give it out for Pearl, and we guys will see you soon. Okay. Love you guys. Have a good night. I'm Michael, and I'm out.
Hi.
Bye.
That pole right there.
You wanna know how it feels?
That's why you on the street, brother. That's your life right there. Your whole life is that umbrella and that backpack. That's your whole life. And where's your family at? Where's your family at? Yeah, I know, because your family disowned you too. Yeah. That's your family disowned you. You got nothing in life except you, that backpack, and some meth. That's you. Oh, is it? Yeah. Just think, outside that backpack, that's all your possessions. And you walk around here, walking the street, this is all you got. Nothing in life. Nobody in life wants to deal with you. No one. Your family. No one. You. I'm talking about you. Yeah, you.
Why are you tripping for it, fucking weirdo?
He comes at that point, I'm gonna knock his ass out. It's always something in front of Scientology place, right?
How do you go to Scientology?
Yeah, they rent them out, $50, come over here and start some shit. I know. I'm ready for that pole. That pole, he gets one swing with it. How much does Scientology pay you? Huh?
You want me to call the cops?
No. I'm just going to talk about him and his life and what his life is like. You know what your life is like. Scientology gave you a little $50. It's the most money you've had in months. It's the most money you've had in months. Mo, where you go to Narconon? You a Narconon reject? That's what you are. You're a Narconon reject, aren't you? What do you think? Think I should press charges?
That's a homeless dude.
What do you think?
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Think I should press charges on him? He took his pole and hit my phone.
It's not even raining, man. Why'd you got an umbrella?
Because he's a fucking Narconon reject paid by Scientology. We all know. Right in front of a Scientology building. Getting paid $50 for some shit like that. Selling your soul. You fucking loser. Yeah, go ahead. You fucking loser. And what did you achieve by that? What did you achieve by that? Walk out in traffic because your life ain't shit. Go ahead and get hit by a car because your life ain't shit. Narconon reject. Come back around. Come back around. Where did you come from?
Bro just comes in.
Yes. What happened?
I was over there when we were filming over there. I was walking across the street. He said, "Oh, something about stick his hole up my ass and I took his hole and hit my head."
Why he do that?
Because we're at the Scientology building and it's another attack by one of these goons. Like you said, it's not even raining, but he's got the umbrella. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, you weren't there. You know you were supposed to be there. My safety was not feeling safe. Looking back. Good job, Osa.
They seen you came out here. They're like, all right, now we got to send a goon out there.
Well, I mean, they probably saw you guys out there. They probably were coming here to mess with you guys. And then, let me tell you something. I walk this street every night for 15 years. Every night. All night. 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I have never one time had anybody do some shit like that.
It's scary, huh?
Where'd you come
It's scary.
You
ever see what that does? Hey, Jess, go close to it.
Jess, smoking there. Are you smoking in there? You got the bear with us there. The bear with the wings. As much as he smokes.
Look at it.
Oh, shit.
Earlier though. Oh, do it? You probably watched that video, bro.
I gotta do it. I'll do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it, brother.
Don't do it.
Brother, don't do it.
Please don't do it.
Guys, I'll be right back. I'm going across the street. Hey, Chris, you want a smoothie? All types. Come on. Yeah, all of that.
I'm just gonna get one of these streets. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, protein. Where's it at?
I'll take a turmeric mango smoothie with Vegas sport.
I never got nothing here.
So blueberries?
Yeah, blueberries.
How about a blueberry almond cider?
That's like
Make sure that goes the other way first.
Yeah,
That
see.
guy. Oh yeah, finding his business for sure.
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
Hold on, guys. I gotta.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Squirrel is in the stream.
Yeah, I see him over there.
Yeah. Oh. I'll hold on to it. I'll hold on to it. Go ahead. I hope I didn't get too early. I think I did. I think I messed it up.
Where was Prohibited security during the attack? I'm sorry, guys.
My chat has to be the best bodyguard in the world. I think so.
I don't think so. I was kind of far away from the attacker, to be
Yeah,
honest.
low-key,
But
you protect somebody else, that's fine.
yeah. I wasn't expecting it. We
'Cause
weren't
you're
even expecting to come over here. Then we saw you guys.
Long drive.
We were gonna go to Skid Row.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. For real?
Yeah. Skid Row, Figueroa.
How come? Just because? What? Just go cop watching?
Yeah. I don't know. It just sounded like a good idea. I'm like, nothing's going on with Scientology, so yeah. And then we drove by and we just hear Chris's voice out the.
You guys.
No, I don't think
tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys had a good little fun time with Sleepology with Daniel being here. Thank you guys.